Good morning, students. On behalf of Dr. Shobhas Technical Campus, I welcome all of you students on video tutorials online teaching. Good morning. We discuss network technology in these sessions. In previous sessions, we already discussed what about the network, what is the purpose of network, what are the uses of network, how can we configure a good network, which are the characteristics must follow for a good computer network, what is the rules of computer network, which kind of topology can we use for a computer network, Ethernet, CDDI and FDDI. These all points we covered in previous sessions. Today we will discuss a very short introductory topic, that is communication methods. So before starting this, we will discuss what is communication. To make a conversation between two entities using a common platform with a shared pool, that is a communication. Suppose person A wants to communicate with person B, then there must be a common language that can be interpreted by both of the persons, both of the end. So that can be send as well as receive. So it must be a common medium through which we can communicate. That is a communication, way of communication. There are so many ways of communication. Verbal communication, written communication. There are so many types of communication. In computer, how computer can communicate? So we all know, using computers we can send our message, we can send our file from one computer to another computer using a same kind of protocol, same kind of rules, with a common network, common peripherals. That is a communication between two computers. Okay. Communication methods. Data communication is the transfer of data or information between a source and a receiver. Once again, what is data communication? Data communication is a transfer of data or information between source and receiver, sender and receiver, object A and object B. The source transmits the data and the receiver receives it. I am sender, I am sending the data. You are receiver, you will receive the data as and when required, as and when time permits. Okay, so sending and receiving, a process of sending and receiving between two entities, that is a communication. If you are passing, if you are sending data or information from one end to another end, that is data communication. If you are transmitting text, that is text communication. If you are speech something, so that is a speech communication, verbal communication. Okay, that is a communication. Data communication is interested in transfer of data. The method of transfer and the preservation of the data during the transfer process. That is crucial and important portion. Whenever we are transmitting our data from source to destination, then our network have to preserve the data, have to maintain the data, and whenever the destination occurs, destination find, then it will pass the data to the destination. So that is communication method. There is different methods available for communication, and these are unicast, broadcast as well as multicast. First one, that is unicast. Uni means one, broad two or one or more but limited, and multi many. So there are three basic types of casting or transferring data, that is unicast, broadcast and multicast. Unicast, broadcast and multicast. Okay, now first one, what is unicast? Unicast is a term used to describe communication where a piece of information is sent from one point to another point. See here, network A and network P, there are 2 points for network A first, that is sender. In network B, that is another point, that is receiver. So one-to-one communication, peer-to-peer communication, that is unicasting. Got it? Unicast transmission, in which a packet is sent from a single source to a specified destination, is still a predominant from transmission of LANs and within the internet. See here, what is the actual concept? If you are transmitting your data from source to destination and to a specific dedicated node, then that is a unicast. All LANs and IP networks supports the unicast transfer mode. That is easily available, and most users are familiar with the standard unicast application. For an example, HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, FTP, File Transfer Protocol, as well as Telnet. These are the name of protocols. They are using unicast. If a question asked in examination or interview, give live examples where we can use a unicast, then we can easily say any web browser, they are using HTTP protocol to browse our information or data on a network, internet. SMTP, mail transfer protocol, whenever you are configuring Outlook Express within your local system, and if you want to pass your email from your computer using Outlook, then we have to configure SMTP. FTP, that is file transfer protocol. Whenever we are sharing some files from one client to another client, or so server to client, then we are using FTP. And Telnet, that is the file transfer protocol again, but mostly they are using command line argument and deal with the operating system directly. That is a kernel part of a operating system. Now this type of information transfer is useful where there is a participation of single sender and single recipient. In short, you can term it as a one-to-one transmission. See here, what I have said, that is one-to-one transmission. If you want to transmit your data from one client to another client, and that both are dedicated with a server, with a network, then we can use unicast, unicasting. Okay, another one, that is broadcast. In lots of time we heard about broadcast. What actually it? See, broadcast of live programming. Remember, broadcast of YouTube channel, YouTube broadcasting, live Facebook, cricket match broadcasting, These are the examples that already we have learned or here from any source. That is a broadcast. Here we have two examples of broadcast, network A and network B, as well as clustering of networks. They are using broadcast medium. Here broadcast is a term used to describe communication where a piece of information is sent from one point to all other point. What about a unicast? One to one. What about broadcast? One to many. Okay, there is one sender and more than one recipient. Broadcast transfer one to all. One to all. Techniques can be classified. Now there is one example, our live streaming, YouTube, Facebook or webinars. That is a webinar. In recent time there are so many webinars were conducted from different experts. What about that? Our expert will delivering their lecture from one point, and there are so many participants on the remote side. They can access a same source, same pattern. That is broadcasting. There are two types of broadcasting. These are limited broadcasting as well as direct broadcasting. Now again, suppose you have to send stream of packet. What is stream? In general terms, we can say that a flow of transmission. Flow of transmission. That we can derive as a stream. Stream of packets to all the devices over the network that you resides. This broadcast comes handy. Whenever you are passing your information from one channel, one source to multiple recipient, then we can use broadcasting. But there are some limited persons, there are some limited group of persons we want to transmit this data. Like there is a one webinar related to networking, and those users can access the webinar stream they have previously registered. So sender is one, recipient there are multiples, but limited to registrations 150, 170, not more than 200. That is a limited recipient. That is limited broadcasting. No other one can access the broadcasting medium. Direct broadcasting, this is useful when a device in one network wants to transfer packet stream to all the devices over the network. It will not care about either is it registered or not. This is achieved by translating all the host ID part bits of destination address to 1, 0 to 1, referred as direct broadcast address. What it says? Direct broadcast address. And direct broadcasting also uses the one protocol, and that is ARP, that is address resolution protocol. In next series of lectures we will deeply discuss ARP, ARRP and remaining all protocols. Okay, so in direct broadcasting we are using ARP. What is the use of ARP? Address resolution protocol. Whenever we are translating bit of address, destination address from 0 to 1, there are so many collision occurs. There is one technique, CSMS-CD as well as CSMS-CA, that may be help, but if the address is not coalesced, address is not properly resolved, then ARP protocol will resolve the destination address and find the exact address where we want to transmit our data. So that is the use of ARP. Unicast, broadcast. Unicast one to one, broadcast one to all. It has two types, limited as well as direct broadcasting. Next one, multicast. Multicast is a term used to describe communication where piece of information is sent from one or more points to a set of other points. One or more points to a set of other points. It means there is a chance, there is a possibility to communicate between one to one, one to many, many to many, as well as many to one. These all possibilities may occur using multicasting, right? In this case, there is maybe one or more senders, and the information is distributed to a set of receivers. Example: multicast is a video server sending out network TV channels. One channel, that is the multicasting, from where we are receiving the signals. If we have D2H, direct to home, and there is a satellite transmission, so satellite may be transmit multiple data. It multicast number of channels. We have to decide which channel we want to visit. Okay, that is the multicasting. Simultaneously, delivery of a high quality video to each of large number of delivery platform which will exist the capability of even a high bandwidth network with a powerful video clipping server. That there is a use of video. In this method, traffic recline between the boundaries of unicast and broadcast. It is a next stage of unicast and broadcast. In multicast requires support of some other protocols like IGMP, Internet Group Management Protocol, multicast routing. Now again a question: what is routing? That means how to find a specific route for a transmission of data or information. That is routing. There are so many algorithms related to routing. Routing table will be managed, and using this table they will find the perfect and shortest route. Okay, so communicate. There are three basic communication methods available: unicast, broadcast and multicast. Unicast, one-to-one communication. Broadcast, one-to-all communication with limited or direct broadcasting. And multicast, there is one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-many, as well as many-to-one communication using multicast. In broadcast, we are using ARP, Address Resolution Protocol, and in multicast we are using IGMP protocol. Okay, now we have one video. Let's visit. So that is related to unicast, multicast and broadcast. From the next session we will discuss a most important part related to examination as well as understanding of computer network, that is OSI reference model with 7 layer OSI reference model. So be prepared for that. Okay, thank you so much.